everyone. Happy Tuesday night. Welcome to Arcades Anonymous, Arcade Nerds United. Hope everybody is having a fantastic Tuesday and week so far. We got a great guest with us. Bill is with us tonight, and let's bring everybody on. Hello, everyone. How are y'all doing this fine evening?
Fantastic, Todd. How you doing, buddy?
Doing good. Did y'all see that little glitch? Yeah? No? Maybe?
I didn't see it.
What's okay. Up? We had a little technical error, but I'm glad that I was able to fix it. Yeah. So welcome. Chaotic on location in the beautiful sandy beach somewhere.
St. Simon's Island, buddy, in Georgia.
There you go. Matt, good to see you as always, my friend. Good Joel, evening. Bill, thank you for coming on. We love having you on. I think all of us on the panel love your channel and love all the shows that you're part of. So just really glad to have you come on tonight.
Well, thank you so much. I am super excited to be here. I really appreciate you guys offering to have me on.
Hey, no problem. So are you gearing for a new season? Is that what's going on?
Yep, absolutely. We are excited to be back this Thursday with Game Time. You know, same bat time, same bat channel, 9 p.m.
Fantastic.
And we're looking forward to being back with everybody.
Any spoilers? Anything that's going to be coming? Or are you?
Does your contract allow you to?
Just
leak anything.
Well, yeah, I'm under NDA. Steven would kill me. So I'm not allowed to say anything.
I know he's pretty tight with those NDAs.
Yeah, he is. He's Well, appreciate you coming on board. And obviously, Biggie D is in the house as well. Thank you for joining. The bad guy, Mike Worley, which is part of the Arcades Anonymous crews here. Retro Lizard. Bill, do you know anything about Retro Lizard?
Definitely seen the name in lots of chats, but never met him personally.
Yeah, great guy. He's been on the show before too, so might want to check that show out too.
So
Andy's game
beautiful work.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see here. Who else we got? We got tons of people in here that aren't saying anything. Hey Zim, what's up, buddy? Glad you're here as well. MG's in the house. Jackson 5 really let themselves go. Yeah.
Call me Tito.
You recognize that name, don't you, Bill?
Oh yeah. I was just about to say trouble comes a calling.
Oh man.
Yeah. It wouldn't be a stream without him.
Yeah, no doubt. He is definitely a great guy. We interact with him on Sundays when we do it. So awesome guy. Well, guys, it's been a long weekend. We've had ups and we've had downs. It's been all over the place. So we're going to go across the horn real quick. I know Bill did a nice video on this as well about the NBA Jam. And just kind of want to get y'all's thoughts and feelings. I'll start with Joel real quick, man. What do you think about the new NBA Jam Deluxe?
I don't know. Can you really call it all that new if they haven't even finished selling the old ones yet?
Yeah.
So, I mean, digging it out from the vault is a stretch if you haven't sold the ones that were still available prior to the vault. The Star Wars, I can understand that one. That was a re-release that everybody was itching and waiting for. People were scalping them on Marketplace and eBay and things like that. You had to pay an arm and a leg if you wanted one, but I don't know. NBA Jam's a dime a dozen. You can get it in all form factors even, and they just released it in all form factors again. I think, I would have loved to see, I don't have a Blitz cab, but I would have loved to see, maybe Blitz, as a partycade, as a deluxe or a partycade or countercade or something, or TMNT. It's been a while since we've seen Turtles. That would have been a great deluxe too. So, and one that's kind of a little harder to find. There seems like they've been digging out a little excess stock of TMNT and finding them in the corners of some of the warehouses, buried behind all the NBA Jams and X-Men's.
Yeah. What do you think, Matt? What do you think about the new NBA?
I think it's pretty, but as I stated before, like I played basketball in high school, and so did my wife. She was better than I was because she actually won a ring. But anyway, like I traded my NBA Jam cabinet for my arcade, and so therefore like that's where it at. And actually, I'm hunting down an NBA Jam cab, an older one, to actually gut. So I don't know. That's not really telling much about what I care about NBA Jam. But so yeah.
What about you, Chaotic? What's your thoughts on it?
So, I think the timing is bad. To me, and they're kind of doing like the Disney thing, right? Putting on the box, from the vaults. It's a good idea, but it's a little too early. Honestly, it's something that you want to like bring out, redesign a little bit later after like all the cabs are sold out. You can't find these anywhere. Then you want to bring out the deluxe redesign, right? Like, what would be more appropriate to bring out would be something like, say, a redesigned Burger Time, or something like that. In my opinion, NBA Jam too early. Bring out TMNT with the old style, graphics, like the original arcade graphics. Throw Shredder's Revenge on there, and give it the deluxe style. Give it online. That to me would be a little bit more appropriate. And you could slap that Vault logo on the box and say, hey, limited time only, get this, and it's going back into the Vault for another 7 years, something like that. So
I mean, I like what you're thinking.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a bad idea, right?
They had tons of options. They should have done something different, but here we are. We have a deluxe that's in that form factor.
Look at all the FOMO and hype that comes out for the McRib. I hate the McRib, but when they bring that bad boy back, I got to get me a McRib. You got to get. And I remember why I hated it. And it's
a lot of people did that for Taco Bell's nacho fries too, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's like I said, timing's bad. I do like the design of the cab. I like the way it looks. It looks more arcade authentic. We're not ready for that right now. You should have went with something else first and then come back to that.
Yeah.
And that's my opinion.
What's your thoughts, Bill?
Yeah, I mean, I'm listening to everybody's take on it, and I have to agree. Look, first off, I don't get the whole Vault thing at all at this point. I mean, it makes no sense to me. I mean, as far as timing goes, to call it a Vault thing makes no sense in terms of timing, but I understand the timing for this in relation to the NBA con that was going on this past weekend, the fact that it's coming out in October right before the new season starts and all that. So I get where they're going with that, where hype for basketball is up during those times. But yeah, there are so many others that they could have given the deluxe treatment to that I'm really not understanding what their thought process is with that. And, they've been telling us for weeks and months and all, we got new stuff coming. Where's the new stuff? Fast and Furious is the only thing they've released that's a new IP. And, whether you like it or not, doesn't really matter. It's the only thing that we've gotten so far this entire year that's new. I'm waiting for the new stuff. Yeah. Where we keep seeing all these leaks on Time Crisis. Where is it? Where's this 80s game they keep promising us? Something different. I like the deluxe. I hope that all the new stuff comes out in that same deluxe format, but NBA Jam doesn't do it for me. And I really, really don't understand a one-player NBA Jam countercade or partycade
that has
with no Wi-Fi.
With no Wi-Fi, right?
If it had the Wi-Fi, it would make sense.
It would make sense.
It would make sense.
Now, I haven't seen it enough to. I know some of the partycades actually have USB ports where you can plug a controller in for a second player to play. Maybe this has that. I still don't get it. I still don't get who's buying a single-player partycade NBA Jam.
No.
I mean, we've argued constantly that all the partycades, all the countercades, anything they release needs to have Wi-Fi capability. Yep. It's 2023, and we're to a point where we keep saying we want this, and they just will not deliver it for us for whatever reason.
The PCBs have got to be the same as you're putting in the bigger
How much are they
cabs.
saving?
Well, yeah, it can't be saving that much. What are you talking about? Adding an antenna to it?
Compared
Okay,
to
there's
compared to your
room.
cost of how much you'd be ordering, rather than two small piles of different PCBs, one big pile of
Yep.
the same PCB, your price goes down the more you order because
Absolutely,
your costs and stuff. So.
absolutely.
And see, I'm a fan of the Partycades, but at the same time, I keep buying them saying, I want Wi-Fi, I want connectability.
Yep.
I'm the one person that's playing in my arcade. I'm okay with the one-player control setup, but give me the online ability. Give me ways that y'all can fix if there is a patch issue instead of me having to fix it, through a computer. I just don't understand it. So,
Yeah.
but my take on the NBA Deluxe, I kind of agree with all of you. The timing was wrong. They should have done something different. They could have brought us something else that would make more sense than that. It's a beautiful looking cab, and the features that they're promoting, the lights and all that, I think that's great. But I mean, it's too early, and I'm a fan of the riser. I know you guys know that. I'm a fan of the riser. Don't necessarily. I'll get used to the deluxe. I understand that's the way they're going, but it just doesn't make sense. It's a beautiful looking cab, but I'm not upgrading my NBA Jam for that. It's just not worth it.
Yep.
It's just not worth the upgrade right now.
No,
And
this.
You're seeing
sorry.
everybody getting rid of their MBAs,
Yeah.
and a lot
Really?
of them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like Steven,
And I
he just
have
sold his off, and Chaotic
Yep.
gutted his a while ago to make it into
Because the PCB died. So
Yeah.
What else are you going to do with it? And
Right.
I got a pet peeve with these sometimes. I know, like Michael B mentioned this, Michael B, the Game Genie, where it's, marketed as a 30th anniversary edition, and you put the NBA Jam Tournament Edition marquee on there, which is not 30 years old.
Yeah.
I said the same thing with when they did the Yoga Flame last year for Street Fighter. You said when they originally came out, it was actually supposed to have the original Street Fighter game on it. And it was marketed as 30th anniversary. Now, that would be 30th anniversary of that particular game.
Yes,
They took that game off and traded it for Strider. Now, arguably, Strider's a better game. The original Street Fighter is not a good game.
no.
But you're still marketing it as 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary of what?
What?
Maybe I'm the only one who feels that way, but it's a pet peeve to me.
30th anniversary of a game we all remember.
Yeah.
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 I remember
I'd
playing
have
that 30 years ago.
I'd have been happy if they'd have put a different game on there that we didn't have. Like, again, going back to the Capcom one, like Bionic Commando, which we haven't seen, which also was 30 years old at the same time. You could have kept the 30th anniversary logo on there, and it would have been, you could have made the point that, okay, well, Bionic Commando's 30 years old. So I don't know. For me, it's a pet peeve. Same thing, like I said, with the NBA Jam. You're going to put Tournament Edition on there and still call it 30th anniversary. Why?
Right.
I mean, somebody's making the decisions for this company that are just odd. It's like they're not listening to us when we try to talk to them and tell them what we're thinking and feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And there's so many YouTubers out there that, voice their opinion. And I know we're a small show and whatnot, but they really need to be paying attention more to what people are saying. It just feels like they're just not listening.
Yeah, we are pretty much their product testers, right? Like
Pretty much. And
we are the ones that
Yeah.
buy everything that they sell almost.
But
Like-
yet again, we're the 1%ers. We're the ones that, we spend all this money and fill a room full of arcades, and they're trying to get the one person that, sees
has
it
zero.
online or
Yeah.
goes to a store and sees it. But
But I mean, to the point too, I think it was PD7 hit one of his videos just this week or last. Those people, they're making spur of the moment decisions, while they're walking down the aisle and stuff. But Arcade 1-Up's starting to price themselves out of that spur of the moment decision making, like where it's like,
oh yeah,
a
they're
couple
not an
$100.
impulse buy.
Yeah, I'll throw that in the cart and take it home and give it to Junior for his birthday.
Yeah.
$1,000? I don't know about that. I think I'll go buy a PS5 for him, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Dr. Z in the house. I have over 30 Arcade 1-Ups. Getting tired of the rehashes. It's been since day one. Starting to move on to other builds like Arcade Guys and Retro Blizzard. Hey, Dr. Z, thank you for joining the show, buddy. We rarely see you in, but glad you're here, buddy. Yeah, I agree with you. I have 20 now of regular 3/4, and then 5 or 6 of the party Ks and a couple of counter Ks. I mean, I'm tired of the rehashes too. I've bought 3 or 4 Pac-Mans. It's just getting old. It really is,
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
but here I am. We were talking before the show about X-Men and how much I want X-Men. And if I
Meanwhile,
buy
it's on sale.
yeah, well,
it's almost the same price as a brand new NBA Jam Deluxe.
yeah, but if I buy the X-Men and then 3 months down the road they rehash it out into a deluxe or something like that, this is all hypothetical because we don't know what they're doing. So, but it's just amazing to me that stuff like this is they just need to figure out what we're saying, and I don't know how we can tell them and get them to understand they need to pay attention to us a little bit more.
Let's join an Illuminati chat.
Well, in theory, right? In theory. So,
yeah, well, apparently that doesn't work either.
No.
Oh man. So what do you guys think about all these sales? What do you think the sales that we are seeing? And I know our good friend PD7 Phil has predicted a lot more sales, and hopefully they'll come to fruition. But what do you guys think about these sales? I'll go around the horn.
All right, I'll start. All right, so far and not to be mean, it's like there's nothing that's $2.99 or $1.99, right? So most of my cabs that are in my arcade are $1.99 or $2.99.
Yeah.
And so far nothing has hit that market.
Not unless you count a couple of the Walmart specials with no riser and no marquee.
Mm-hmm.
Those are $2.99, but
no.
Yeah, nobody wants those.
I can't fit. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm still upset about X-Men. I don't know why they covet that thing so badly. That they've ran 3 or 4 sales on it in the 2 years it's existed, and here they've we've seen Simpsons for $150-$200, with a stool and a riser and
a wall plaque,
wall plaque and everything, and yet they've done that sale so many times trying to blow those out, and they still have cabs for sale. It makes you wonder how many X-Men are they holding on to, and
how many
drop
pallets
the
of
price.
Simpsons do they have? Because you can still get a Simpsons to this very day.
Exactly.
And NFL Blitz and all that. How many of these do they truly have?
And it's like, they think, and X-Men rarely goes on sale. And I'm sitting there thinking, how many of those are they really selling at regular price, throughout the year? How many people aren't following along and know that these things do go on sale occasionally, and the X-Men, from what I hear, it's not, the quality of the cab isn't exactly there either compared to like the KI cab and stuff, that they blew out for $150, kind of.
Are you still sore about your virtual high five, Joel?
I am a little.
Yeah.
But I got a Yoga Flame too in place of it, so I can't complain too much. But I want an X-Men, but I don't want an X-Men for $500 either. And I sure as heck don't want one for $750.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt. What about you, Chaotic?
So the best deal I've seen so far is that Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful cab, designed very well, very arcade accurate, right? That's the most enticing to me. Now, I have an iArcade. I have Dragon's Lair on Xbox, on my PlayStation. I can play it on any system I want.
Correct.
But the look of that cab is beautiful, and it would look great in a 3/4 scale in my room. the way it's supposed to be. But that's the only one I noticed like that's enticing to me. It still is not as low as I want it to be because I don't like to spend more than $400 is the max I've ever spent on that cab.
Yeah.
And honestly, that was the IRK $299 plus $100 shipping.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's probably the most I've ever spent on a cab. Well, I mean, a KI, I bought it for like $350, but like I said, $400 is the most I'm ever willing to spend. And to me, that's I got to beg my wife if I could do that. So especially now that I got 14 machines in my room, so she's like, "You want another one?" Only if it's like $200 at max.
Right.
She's like, "You can get another one. That's affordable. Fine.
As long as it's
Find somewhere to put it."
Make sure you get her to sign a contract, sir.
Yeah, right. And she's like, "You can sell as many as you want to get a more expensive cab if you want to." Yep. But like I said, there's nothing out there that's enticing me anymore. And all these rehashes are just kind of putting me to sleep with them. I don't really, I'm not infatuated with anything they got to offer now.
Yeah.
At the moment.
At the moment.
I wanted to clarify because I didn't want MG to come after you in 3 months and say, you said you weren't interested in that cab, but now you are.
But that's what FOMO is, right?
That's what FOMO is. Absolutely.
But honestly, if they came out with a Robotron / Smash TV, I'm on that. Yeah. That, to me, that's the most likely, 80s title that's possible.
Yeah.
In my opinion. But, they come out with that, I'm on that. If they charge $600 for it, I'm not on it. Not yet. But, that'd be the one I definitely would keep my eye on until something happens, price drop or whatever. But that's it, man. It's just there's nothing out there for me, man. I'll fall asleep to it.
All right, Bill, lay it on us.
Yeah, I mean, so as far as the deals that are going on now, and of course, I mean, everybody's got to realize that it's Prime Day, and all these retailers right now are just trying to keep up with Prime Day. That's really the only reason all this stuff is on sale.
Sure.
But the X-Men. The X-Men from Kohl's is actually not a bad deal because at $400 with $100 cold cash, at least you get another $100 back that you could put towards something else. I think I said in my video you could put it towards another cab, but I don't know that that's actually true. I think there are certain things you can't use it on, and I'm not sure if you can use it on that. But look, it's Kohl's. Buy your cab at Kohl's for $400. Get your $100 cold cash, and then go buy your wife something nice to make up for the fact that you spent $400 on X-Men.
True.
I might could spend my wife on that too. Like, gold cash for you. I got
that. School's coming soon, right? You get an arcade and then some clothes for your little ones. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. And then again, like everybody's saying, the Dragons are at $400 is a really good deal too, because I don't think we've seen it go on sale, at least not that low, since it came out. So those are some really good deals. I mean, right now, I gotta say, for me personally, I'm like you. I don't have a ton of them. I've got room for them, but I'm not in a position to spend that kind of crazy money on them right now because I got other stuff going on. We've all got families. We've all got responsibilities,
priorities.
So absolutely. So for me, and I know I get it with the rehashes, but I don't own. I've only been collecting for like a year and a half, so I don't own a stand-up Pac-Man or anything like that. My big thing right now that I am waiting till maybe the end of the year for it to see it go on sale is the new deluxe class of 81, because I don't have a stand-up Pac-Man, Ms. Pac-Man, any of those, and that is the one that for me has the most games that I'm very interested in. So I'm really waiting for that one to hopefully go on sale later on this year. I wouldn't have expected them to go on sale this early, but maybe come the holidays, we'll see some sales on it.
Yeah. And see,
especially as they gear up to re-release them again at the beginning of next year.
Yeah, and I think the Class 81 is something special. I would actually probably upgrade to that one because I got the original. I would get the original to my mom, and I'll get the deluxe. It looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
And the game selection on it is the best.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. I think that Phil was onto something. You know, he was talking about a lot of sales, and I think that he's right. I see all these warehouses that have to be full of cabs, and here it is. You know, July, Christmas stuff is coming in because I work for a retailer that Christmas stuff is already showing up. So you know,
I believe it.
You know, you gotta get room for this product, and those cabs, pallets of them take up space. They got to get rid of them, blow them out, move on to the next group of stuff. So I just don't understand. Maybe I am a firm believer in what Phil is saying, and I know we're going to talk about it tomorrow during the Wednesday show. But I think that we definitely are going to hopefully see some more, especially if they don't sell. You know, if they don't move a lot of numbers during these Prime Day. Hopefully we'll see some more sales coming along. Because if you remember, I remember picking up party case for $125 in the October, September, October range. They reduced them down because they were trying to get rid of them. So
the QVC Home Shopping Network.
Yeah. So I think
that's how I got my Defender.
Exactly.
I love that party cade.
Yeah, I love the party cade. So, but yeah, I have a Defender too, and that, I mean, it's got to come at some point. They can't just sit on this product forever, you know. So I was hoping, and who knows, maybe tomorrow we'll wake up and they'll all be like dirt cheap, and we'll be all scrambling to try to order what we want. So the Saying Spirits is right. I think we need to hold the line and see what happens, and go from there. So
if they start selling off like their prototype units and stuff, and their staplers and stuff, that might be a warning sign, though.
Well, that's what happened with iArcade, right?
Mm-hmm.
Are you enjoying your iArcade stapler, Joel?
I am very much so. And if anybody, for those of you that were concerned, I got my refund for my T-shirt.
Oh, good.
We're glad.
Randomly just sent me an email and refunded me my $30. So.
You know, thank you for bringing that up, because I've been losing sleep.
I figured some of the fans were.
Yeah. I just sit there and cry at night, hoping you would at least get your shirt, you know, because we're all going to Cleveland, and I was hoping you would wear your iArcade shirt, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen.
I was actually okay with it. I was fine with it after I knew, that Jung and I were good as far as my cost for the bandwidth that I used up. Those extra games. I figured we were even. So now I think I owe him one again.
Yeah. Well, if you see him in Cleveland, are you going to buy him a beer?
I might have to.
Yeah, you might have to buy him a beer.
I'll sing Final Countdown with him.
So, Bill, are you going?
I'd be shocked though if he shows up in Cleveland.
I don't think.
No, Mike. You might see Michael there.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You might see Michael there, but you're not going to see John.
I don't think so.
I don't even know if John's in the States anymore.
Yeah.
He's on the first flight out, right?
Yeah.
Bill, are you going to Cleveland?
No, I can't make it. It's a little bit of a trip for me, and I got a bunch of stuff that I'm doing in August. I got I got a convention I got to go to for another personal business that I do. I've got 2 shows out in this area. There's a gaming expo in Long Island, and there's a gaming expo in Hartford, Connecticut, called Retro World Expo. So I'm going to be at both of those in August.
That's cool.
So yeah, it's too much of a stretch for me to get out there. It's an expense.
That's not breaching your contract with Steven?
No.
So many signing
we,
appearances and things.
We worked a way around that. We're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna do a Thursday show, but we're gonna do a show sometime during the weekend. He's gonna do it from there, and any of us who can't make it, like me and Jade. I don't think Jade's going either. I think Moat's gonna be out there, but Jade and I will call in with him and Moat, and we're gonna do a show while they're there.
Nice.
Well,
that's the plan, at least.
If you need a stand-in, you and I look a little similar. Maybe we can.
There you go.
Green screen me. Actually, maybe you and Matt are closer together. Maybe.
I gotta grow my soul patch back. Then maybe we'll be close.
There you go.
Well, one of us will stand in for you if you need somebody there. We'll be there, and we will stand in for you, Bill. And we will drink the beer. We will drink any of the beer that you were going to get.
Go for it. Go for it.
So I wanted to bring up this in the comment. Yeah, his wife said no way. I don't know about that, BCB. I don't know if he didn't say that. Okay.
It was heavily inferred. I'll just put it that way.
Carl O made a good thing, and I wanted to kind of talk about this. You know, the ALU is coming out, the 4K, and he says that's where his money's going. So no matter what it is, he's going to save his money for that. So I know a few of us here on the panel here are thinking about it. So I kind of wanted to get y'all's thoughts again. Y'all slept on it. Y'all talked about it. So Matt, are you getting this or not?
I'm 100% intrigued by the ALU 4K because I have the one of Sam's, right?
Yeah.
And so my hope is that the same solution will be offered in Sam's, at some sort of bundle or discounted rate as they do every given Christmas. And so they would bring the 4K to Sam's at a discounted rate. And so, and also the complete package of what the ALU 4K is, where like they have the LCD, screen up top and all the wires are buttoned in. You don't have it's just, most people know, I love ad games. So, yeah.
Well, I know in Cleveland, you and I are probably going to hit that booth a lot. So,
yes.
And be kicking the tires, as they like to say. So,
exactly.
Joel, what do you think? Where are you at right now?
I've been coming around a bit more on ad games, more and more. What is it? The slow and steady wins the race.
Yeah.
I think they're kind of the tortoise and the hare in a bit of the community. They're quiet, but slowly but surely seem to be making improvements and rolling stuff out and maybe listening to what people want and giving them, trying to deliver. So I don't know. I've been, it seems like they're not making moves in the wrong direction that we've been seeing, like with a lot of the other companies. So they're definitely they're a lot slower at making their changing their directions and rolling things out. But I'm starting to get a little excited about them. I'm hoping that they turn a little bit more towards the route of the iArcade as well, where maybe they start releasing some newer titles, some modern retros or something that you can download to your cab. I think that would be awesome. They got the store and the ecosystem kind of set up for it, so that we could get some indie titles and stuff. Some new indie titles and stuff would be awesome. The other thing,
maybe they can pick up the slack from iArcade.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it.
Yeah.
Yep. And to bring your own games is great. I have a small mini going on. I'm a little excited too with their partnership here and what they're starting to talk about as far as with the pinball. I wasn't ever very excited about their pinball machine and getting a pinball because I didn't really like the idea of a virtual pinball with these 70s 80s tables and stuff like that. Like I like the Star Wars table and the bringing in some of the benefits that you can have with a virtual table and make things more interactive and animated and stuff like that, and you really leverage and utilizing the technology. So the fact that they're looking at possibly partnering and bringing out some newer even virtual tables that aren't just trying to recreate what was already out there, but to possibly make a Killer Instinct table or something, or a Battletoad, something that didn't exist.
Yes,
I think that's pretty exciting. So I'm a big pinball fan, especially virtual pinball. So I've been starting to pay a little bit more attention to the at games tables that are out there.
Sir.
So
I'm gonna cut back to pinball. They destroyed all the places you will go. Like, as most people know, I taught third grade for 10 years. I was looking forward to that table so much, and they put flippers all over the stinking table.
Oh.
Like, what were they thinking? Sorry. I was
the flippers don't bother me nearly as much as that damn balloon.
Yeah, it gets in the way.
Oh my God, that thing! I hate that table with that balloon.
Yeah.
Oh. And I love the Dr. I think they've done a great job overall with the Dr. Seuss tables. They are so much fun. But yeah, I did not understand the point of that balloon just all constantly in the way. You can't see what's going on.
Yeah.
MG says you need to calm down.
I know.
man.
I'm sorry. Buttons, right? Dr. Seuss and like third grade literature. I could quote them all day long. So yeah.
So Chaotic, what do you think, buddy? I know you've been toying with it, right?
Yeah. Cleveland is going to be making or break it for me. I want to be able to put my hands on it. So I'm going to be with you and Matt, chilling at that booth.
We'll drag Joel there too. Don't worry about it.
I'll put him on
And
my
then hopefully Bill will give us his contact and we can FaceTime him too. I'm sure
We'll
Steve
send him
will be doing
pics.
that too. Yeah.
Yeah, he don't have to sign an NDA
Absolutely.
for that. But no, I'm going to be tagging along with y'all. I'm going to be playing on that as much as I can. And then I'm going to look for deals, say, in December. And that will probably be the next cab I actually will want to get.
Yes, sir.
And maybe even the last cab I'd want to get. We're, as a group, we're guys. We're doing our Guitar Hero build.
I gotta stamp time that, just in case your wife comes back again.
You're gonna hold me to it, huh?
I'm hoping Kat gives me a hug and makes me do. Oh.
I think that's going to happen either way.
Oh yeah, man. I'll make you down.
And apparently you're starting drama, Matt. This is drama-free zone. I'm gonna have to move you.
Quiet down.
Oh, all right, Bill. What do you think, man?
All right. So in terms of at games, I'm getting more and more into them and interested in them. I don't have the ALU just yet, but I do have the Pro controller. And during their last sale, I picked up the Core Max puck for it to swap out the original that it came with, which is a much better experience with CoinOps X.
Is it
so much smoother? It's definitely a better.
I was
experience
curious about
with
that.
the newer one.
Yep.
I don't think
I have a regular core.
Yeah, I don't think the main games that it comes with really makes that much of a difference. Maybe moving around the menus is a little bit smoother, but I really can't tell that much. But when you get into something like CoinOps X with so many games and the menus moving and everything, it is a much better, smoother experience.
Yeah.
And I have the ALP, the latest one that they came out with. What is it, like 1.2 version or whatever, that I got through a Sam's Club deal in December. So right now, I may consider the ALU depending on price. Probably wouldn't get it when it first comes out, but I would look for a deal on it, especially some place where I'm not going to pay $200 in shipping to get the stupid thing.
Yes, sir.
Because their shipping is unbelievable.
Yeah.
But as far as the pinball goes, I'm really interested in the upgrade board. I would definitely like to check out the upgrade board. Now I know that's not going to give me a 4K monitor.
Correct.
Right.
But the upgraded CPU, the fact that the VIBs is going to be built into it, the fact that it comes with like 50 games, and all. And I've been holding off buying some of the packs because I'm waiting to see what games that's going to have in it in case I do wind up getting it. I missed out on it when they first mentioned it, and it was like $50 less than what the retail is going to be. You put $50 down. I went to get it like what was supposed to be the last day of the sale, and they stopped it. They didn't have they just weren't taking orders for it anymore. So I was like, Ugh. So I'm waiting for it to come back. I'm even at the full $400 price. I may throw my $50 down on it. We'll see. But I think that's where I'm going right now. Now, in terms of them like upgrading this to 4K, it's really going to be interesting to see what they do in the future, especially with this partnership with Rare.
Yeah.
If they're going to do things like Battletoads and Sea of Thieves and all that stuff, I really, really hope they make native 4K tables. I hope if they do this, that they do it in a way that they've got two versions of these. I would love to see them do native 4K pinball and then standard HD pinball, and you just get the one that goes with your machine. I don't want to see them do up converts to 4K.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Makes tons of sense.
Yeah. But unfortunately, I have a feeling for some of their older tables, that's what they're going to do.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I think so
So
too.
we'll have to wait and see where they go with that to see, because this thing's not going to be cheap. This is going to be a
No.
$1,200 machine.
It's got to be.
That's where a lot of people are leaning. So if you're going to put that much down on a V pin, you know, you want something that's going to take advantage of it.
True. Also,
Exactly.
are they going to have haptics? Are they going to have knockers? Like that's the like if they can somehow incorporate knockers on it, it would be dope.
Oh
The
yeah.
thing I love about the Arcade 1-Up
Yes,
table
sir.
is just the the feedback that you get from the haptics.
Yeah, PCB wanted to have we watched the Dubs video, giving the idea on the Killer Instinct and Battletoads pinball tables with the IP thoughts. If they pursue that, would be cool potential Dark Queen table. So yeah, I watched that video. I'm sure most of the people on the panel, most of the guys here watched it.
Yeah, I gotta check it out. I haven't had a chance to yet.
He made some good points. He made some really good points, and I agreed with him. You know, he said, you know, don't break the mold. You know, keep your flippers down to a reasonable number. You know, too many flippers. You know, and not to spoil it for anybody, but that I mean, make it a classic table, but give it the modern feel. I think he was referring to like the '90s when those games came out.
Yeah.
You know how the games of that era were. So yeah, that's definitely a good venture. But what do you guys think of his ideas, or do you think they're going to do something different?
My only thing is just stay away from campaign tables.
Yeah,
those things are like it's like you get it. Things come down, and like 5 minutes later you're burnt out. And like all the campaign tables for the ALP, eventually you don't play them anymore.
Right. I mean, I like the fact that Killer Instinct, in my opinion, could be like the Godzilla Stern table.
Yeah.
You know, I know that's campaign, you know.
Yeah.
But you could have versus battles and have the announcer do Ultra combo, King combo, you know, and Monster combo.
Tastefully stated.
And, you know, and just do different stages, have that awesome music, bass bumping, you know, you could do all kinds of cool stuff with that.
Yeah.
Sea of Thieves, you know, you could do like certain missions and quests and, you know, finding treasure and all that kind of stuff, those type of missions. So that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
I like, you know, go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I think KI would be really cool if they do something that really takes advantage of the back class too. Like, you know, showing the battles going on in the back. Look, these are virtual pinball machines. You don't have to have just a static screen up there with a little DMD thing going on. Take advantage of it. Do something fun with it.
And that's what P-Dubs was saying too. You know,
did he? Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta check his video out. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, to be honest.
Yeah, he was talking about how, you know, if you
he's gonna yell at me, but you know,
you didn't watch my show. No. No, he you know, he was talking about, you know, if you did a particular a particular bumper or whatnot, it would unlock a character, and then if you did certain goals or hit certain missions, then it would go to, you know, those two players going together. And he even talked about, you know, what about having the players play each other and you're controlling at least basic functions on it. It was a good. Check it out, Bill. It was a really good. I watched it on Sunday, I think it was. It was good. It was a good idea, and I hope that At Games watched it and you know, definitely gave some feedback to the developers or whatnot. And we're not just going to get a deluxe table. So
you see that with the Zen tables and stuff. You know, the Star Wars tables. You can have a lightsaber battle duel. You know, with Darth Vader in the middle of the game, and you know, you have interaction with, you know, different characters and stuff. And so it's not hide the fact that it's a virtual table, you know, with some of these. Let's take advantage of it.
I think it'd be a lot of fun, and I hope they do more with that rare license as well. I mean, I don't think we're going to see a Conker's Bad Fur Day pin anytime soon, although I love it. But you know, it would be but you know, it would be a great virtual pin, and maybe P-Dubs mentioned this one, but Perfect Dark.
Oh yeah, I was just about to talk about that.
There you go. Sorry, Kodak. I didn't mean to steal your thunder.
No, you took it right out from me. You got it.
Yeah,
totally agree.
Perfect Dark.
Perfect Dark would be cool. Gosh, there's so many others too. I mean, they could possibly do something with.
I mean, there's a lot of potential there with this partnership. So I'm hoping that it flourishes, and I'm just excited with the opportunity of possibly playing just the regular games on the ALU.
Yep.
What was that rare game that they had on Nintendo 64? Blast Corps? Wasn't that called?
I remember Blast Corps. I don't remember it being. Maybe it was rare. I don't totally recall, but I know the game you're talking about.
Okay, if that is a rare title, that would be a pretty cool pinball table.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, Dr. Z mentioned GoldenEye. GoldenEye would be amazing, but
Good.
you're talking not just rare, but you got to get that James Bond license from MGM. So that would be, and I got a funny feeling Stern may have that one locked up.
Yeah, they may.
Was it Dr. No? Yeah.
Yeah, they may.
But it would be awesome. No, not denying. That would be an amazing table.
Yeah.
There you go, Pete.
Sci-fi full gore table, pirate spindle table. Yeah. I mean, a lot of opportunity, a lot of potential there. He's definitely right.
Oh, sure.
All right, so last topic of the night, we wanted to talk a little bit about mini arcades. I know Bill has a few himself. Matt just got one. Didn't you win yours?
Yes, sir.
When was that? That was during P-Dubs, or was that?
No, it was Dan.
That was Dan's. Yeah,
yeah. Dan's when he got 1,000 subs. So I got my Food Fight cab, and then it was from P-Dubs. So yeah, thing is like a little work of art. So I don't really want to touch it. But yeah.
You leaving it in the box, Matt?
I unpacked it and put it back in the box. Yeah.
Did you put the banana thing on it and just leave it alone, or no?
No.
Okay.
I just looked at it, plugged it in, made sure it worked, and I put it back in a box. Feel like Glenn, right? But yeah, I didn't put it in a sack.
No, I was gonna say no. If you're gonna do it like Glenn, you got to get you got to put it in the box, and then you got to put it in a plastic bag and put it up on the shelf. Then you'll be just like Glenn.
Okay.
Well, he just came out with something. I don't know if you guys saw it before the show started. He's got a nice case that developed. So check out that. Glenn is a friend of the show as well. So check out his video. That was pretty cool. I watched that before we came on. So, but yeah, mini arcades. I'm running out of space, and these mini arcades are looking really appealing to me. And I think Joel was mentioning how he was getting. Didn't you buy the Build-A-Cade, Joel?
Yeah, you got to be careful. I didn't realize how addicting they can be.
Yeah. Yep.
I got one for Father's Day. Just surprised, didn't ask for it, wasn't mentioning anything. Wife and kids saw it and thought of me, and so they got me, a Galaga little My Arcade, and so that kind of kicked it off. And made things, it's grown to. I think I have 6 of them now. But
wow,
I picked up a Build-A-Cade, and I haven't really played it, but man, I was super impressed just with putting it together. I couldn't believe I got it on sale, and I can't believe Glenn can. Anything I've ever gotten from Glenn, I've been super impressed with the quality. I've always felt like I've gotten more than what I paid for. With the quality of stuff, and that holds true with the Build-A-Cade. I couldn't believe just being a product designer and stuff like that, seeing how everything fit together and was designed and the different parts and stuff like that. It was a joy just to put the thing together and build it. I felt I got my money's worth just building the thing. So I can't imagine how much fun it's going to be playing it and putting some games on it and stuff like that. A lot of fun, and it's becoming quite an addiction. I'm looking at other little miniatures. I never really saw what the excitement was in them, but I still can't tell you what the excitement is in them either. But they're just too dang cute, They're just fun little things. And if I could figure out how to shrink myself down like Bill,
that would go.
So I could just play them full size, that would be even better.
That's a great slogan. Minicade. So dang cute.
Yeah.
Hold on, we need to patent that.
Correct.
So, Bill,
that will be New Wave Toy slogan.
Yeah, New Wave Toy. You got to get your royalties off of that, Chaotic.
Well, there you
You
go.
need to film a couple of things. Yeah.
I really want a TMNT cab from, what is it?
Oh,
Numbskull.
Yeah, Numbskull.
Is it
Yeah.
Numbskull? Yeah.
Replicate, right?
Yeah. I really want one of those, but I'm having trouble justifying the price on those. For
Yeah,
what
they're
they
not
are.
cheap. They are not cheap at all. The New Wave toy stuff is very reasonable in comparison, although they're smaller.
Yeah, no doubt. So how many of those do you have, Bill? How many of the mini arcades do you have?
So counting Glenn's Build-A-Kid, I have 6 of them right now.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow.
Right now, that was the key word on that too. I
Well,
that.
I've got the Coke machine coming.
Ooh.
I'm waiting for them. They've reached out to me a couple of times, and a few of the ones that I have, they've actually sent me to a review. The Coke machine is one of them that I'm getting. That they offered to send me a review unit. So I'm waiting for the shipping info on that. I'm excited to see that. I depending on how big that is, I don't know if that's going to sit down here in my office where I could just put a couple of Coke cans in it for when I want it, or if it's going to go up in my game room and just be up there on top of a mini fridge I've already got. So we'll see. I'll decide once I get it. I've also actually already pre-ordered the Ghosts and Goblins one, so I'm looking forward to that coming out later this year. Joel, I'm so with you on the Build-A-Cade. I think that thing is so well put together, so much fun to put together. I'm a model nerd too. I build Gundam models and different things like that. So it was a lot of fun to put this together and have something that actually like works and does something.
Yeah.
So I really do enjoy that. Before I got the first one I ever got was New Wave Toys reached out to me to review the Missile Command.
Yes, sir.
And I hadn't seen the excitement in them either. These, tiny little things like, who wants to play those when you can play like the 3/4 and things like that. But once I did get my hands on one and try it, I have to say I was really impressed with how well they're built and how much fun they are and just how accurate they are to the real thing. I mean, New Wave Toys goes out of their way to make these things as close to the arcade as they possibly can, more so than really any company that I can think of that's out there.
Yes, sir.
So they're just a lot of fun, and they look so neat just sitting on a shelf.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
MG, that was the change machine that Bill has. That's the USB charger. So
Yeah. That's this.
Yeah.
Here, I got it plugged in, so I can't bring it too far. But this is the little mini change machine,
and it works as like a hub
for USB charging. Yep.
It's
a great way to keep all the rest of them. It's a great way to keep all the rest of them charged, so you can play them when you want.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, like that's the only thing that's holding me back is that I want to put my hands on one of these because I want to see, the size. I want to feel the size of my hand. I want to see the authenticity, how it plays and everything to justify that price. That's the only thing that's really holding me back from owning one, or 12.
Yeah. I love these things that you can add to your regular arcade. And since I'm running out of space for the big ones and I can get these and show these off or display them or, just have them part of the arcade is just, it's appealing to me because, smaller is sometimes better, especially when you're running out of space like I am. So, and I just love
they
the
make
idea
just
of
for
having
fun wall, shelf art.
Yeah,
conversation pieces. Yes, sir.
New Wave has little like mouse pad type, of arcade carpet. The glow in the dark stuff.
They got
that
little
you can get to put
stools.
underneath of them. Stools, yeah.
Yeah, they make little scenes, and it's awesome. I mean, it's cool to see them. And I'm part of the New Wave group. I don't know if you guys are or not, but I haven't got one yet because I've been wanting to, really going with the move and all that. I just want to get moved, but yeah, I think that's going to be one of my next purchases. Is definitely something from New Wave Toys. So,
I finally got a shipping notice from Limited Run that my Astro City is shipped. Yeah,
finally.
Cool.
Yeah, it was in hand in stock in their warehouse in the U.S. and it took about a month for them to send it out to me. And it's got a DHL tracking, which is a little suspicious too. But we'll see how quick it gets to me. But that was one of the ones always interested in before I got into the mini arcades, just because I've always wanted a little candy cab. And well, I always wanted a candy cab. But I figured the little mini one was the only way that I'd ever have one and afford one. So once I started getting into this little small scale, I had to pull the trigger on one of those, because that was one of my sought after ones.
Yeah, which is true. What like Carl and Biggie were talking about, like this struggle is hard for some of the like the tasteful, the minis. They're like $200 and $300. Like if you get lucky, like my Blitz cabinet was $200. The Pac-Man cabinet, like that's the balance. Or like a party cage, $200. Like you have an actual playable, machine for $200 versus a work of art that sits on the shelf.
Now, I got 2 points for that. Okay.
All right. Shoot.
When you're like me, you are very thoughtful with your arcade. Me, I kept buying the 3/4 scales and running out of room.
Yes, sir.
And it's like I still want something to collect and do, but I don't have room for it. And something like that you could put on a shelf, or you could actually put on top of the cake, with a shelf or whatnot, was just more appealing to me.
Yeah.
And then
you got to look at it this way too, Matt, though. They're collector pieces. They're only going to hold and retain their value. Look at the generation before us, all the stuff from the Franklin Mint. Those, those are investments,
Oh,
Franklin Mint.
That's funny. There is a point to that, though, especially with the new wave toys and whatever, because they do release these in limited quantity, and I've seen some of the the original ones going on eBay for $300, $400, $500, $600. So, as opposed to an arcade one up, which sometimes you can't give away.
yeah. They're saying you're feisty tonight, Matt. That's your new calling card.
Yeah. Too much to do. Yeah.
Bill comes on the show and you start becoming feisty. What's all that about?
We're just building
while Bill's rubbing off on you.
Exactly.
That's what it is. I brought it out, and what can I say?
Wild Bill.
You brought extra fire to the show.
But one more question before we wrap up the show. Can't these don't they have an HDMI out? Isn't that right, Bill?
Some do, some don't. A lot of them do.
Okay.
So that you can, plug them in and play them on a TV or a monitor or whatever.
And I know that's
that's great. It's a lot of fun.
I know that's not for everybody, but if you have a couple of those hooked up to a TV, I just think that would be awesome. Even just playing track.
And on that note, if you get a Build-A-Cade and you're planning on putting a Pi 4 in it, you have to get the upgraded additional cable. I didn't pay attention to that small little asterisk fine print in the description, so I need to get myself a new cable for it.
I hate that I missed the sale on that. Hopefully Clint will have another sale coming up soon on those at some point, even if it's a little bit down the thing. So
yes, sir.
So all right, gentlemen, anything else? Any final thoughts before we wrap up this show?
No. Bill, thank you again.
Yeah, Bill, thank you for coming on the show.
You rock, my friend. Thank you.
We really appreciate you.
No, thank you guys. I had a lot of fun. This was great. I really appreciate you offering to have me on.
Yeah, love having
like
you on.
it's you guys that inspired us, and kind of encourage us to do stuff like this as well.
Don't say that. That is so weird to me, because I mean, I've been inspired by guys like P Dubs and Michael B and RGT85. I know some people like him, some people don't, or whatever. But those are the kind of guys that inspire me. I can't imagine me inspiring anybody.
At game time and everything, you guys on there, we were talking before the show, and I was telling you how I didn't realize, how much of a therapeutic part of my life game time is. Thursday nights, the week
Check
is
out
drag
that show
on.
if you haven't already.
It's becoming tough, stress of the work week, and everything's hitting the fan. And to be able to sit and relax, to chill in the chat and, talk with a bunch of the guys that are on here. And, up until recently, we didn't have all the drama and stuff that was going on. It was just a fun night, and relaxing. And it was something to look forward to every during the week. And with you guys
Yeah.
being off the last couple weeks, I realized, you know, how
much we missed you.
yeah, I'd go to bed thinking, man, this I was a little depressed, you know, the week sucked, you know, kind of, you know, with all the
Yeah.
projects and things at work that kind of, you know, were dragging on and different things. So it was nice to be able to disconnect and just kind of, so thank you guys for that and just inspiring us to, you know, do
problem.
shows like this. Cause we, like you were saying, you know, it's fun for you just to sit and chat with Steven and those guys. And, you know, it's fun for us just to sit and chat here with the four of us, you know?
Yeah.
We're surprised, you know, people actually want to sit and listen to us chat with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
then-
that, look, and that's what it's all about. It's all just about coming together, community, having fun, talking about the things we grew up loving that we still love today. You know, the rest of it is noise and nonsense. And this is what it's all about.
Absolutely. Well, Bill, it was a pleasure. You're always invited if you ever want to come on.
Open door.
Thank you.
Check out his channel. Check out all the cool videos and game time, of course, and whatnot. And please, thank y'all for letting me host as always. Check out Matt. Check out G.I. Joel. We got to get you up to a couple of dozen subscribers, and then of course Chaotic. He's just tearing it up. So you guys rock, and I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the rest of the week. But I appreciate all of y'all. Have a fantastic evening, and we will see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock.
All right.
Bye.
See you,
Thanks,
everyone.
guys. Take care, everyone.